All right, guys. So we're discussing the different components of calisthenics, and in general, we're doing a movement. Think of a push-up. Push-up, you're flat, parallel to the ground, kind of, sort of. Legs aren't exactly parallel, but when you're pushing down, there's a point of uh, push-up where you're kind of parallel. Push-up form is typically something like this, and these are your arms. Imagine both of your arms here. So one arm here, one arm here. You push down, boom, get push up. Um, Sounds pretty simple, but a lot of people don't understand how we can increase this to increase our overall strength and overall weight to body weight to strength output. Make yourself very strong for your body weight. So what I do when I typically want to increase or decrease the strength of a push-up is that I either put it up or down. But there's only so high a point that you can put it up without the arms, without starting to actually decrease in height. Since really the lower you are to the ground from your starting point, the harder it is. So the farther out your arms are from, there's this key point here where you're pushed up, your chest is high up as it can be, and your arms are perfectly straight. That's where the push-up's the easiest on the floor. So if you're gonna make it easier, you'd have to put something else here. So we have like, say we have a bench or something here, and I'm leaning on the bench and I'm doing push-up from here. So then I'd be doing a push-up, and that'd make my push-up way easier than normal push-up. But if I want to increase the difficulty of the push-up, what I do is that I get myself on the floor like this, at the angle I already showed you guys, and I slowly bring my hands down closer to my waist. And what that'll do is that'll cause me to carry more weight. So think of it like this. I have my cell phone and I have it here on this thing. So it's really easy for me to just do this with my finger and carry my cell phone. But it's harder for me to carry it from the middle. I have to use a lot more force to carry it up because I'm carrying up the whole thing. It's kind of like that with a push-up. You're only pushing this part up because this is you. You're doing the push-up. But if you want to do more weight, you gotta get farther down, carry more weight until you get all the way down to your waist where you have your center of gravity, and carry the whole thing. And that wasn't perfect, but that's how it would look like, and that leads to a planche push-up. And that's why planche push-ups are much more difficult than regular push-ups, since you're carrying a larger portion of the weight, and more or less how the science works behind it, because of leverage. Everything's in working out and motion, a lot of things use leverage. There's different type of anchors and levers and all those types of things and fulcrums, but it's kind of hard to explain all that other stuff. The main point is that the closer you get to your center of balance to carry more of the total weight, the harder the push-up will be in the end. Another key point I'd like to go over is when we're doing handstand push-up. So when we're doing a handstand push-up, we have our center point, which is our center of mass or gravity or whatever, balance, and it's like, let's say right here. It's hovering between our legs. So if we put one leg out this way, so I don't have any good thing for my legs, but we have two legs here. They're floating up in the air while we're doing a handstand push-up, or we're doing any sort of handstand. What happens is that when we move the legs, our center of mass starts to move back and forth, back and forth. So a lot of our weight is located at our hips. Most of our weight as humans, we have it located at our hips. So our goal is to keep our legs perfectly straight and in line. So when we kick up into a handstand, we have one on the front, one in the back. Then we bring them together as we reach the top part of the handstand, where we want our center of balance to be perfectly straight so we don't fall over. Because if we get our center of balance to go a little bit over here, center of gravity to go a little bit over here, we'll fall over. And that won't be very good. And if we keep it very perfectly straight, it's actually much easier to do handstand push-ups. If you're wobbling like this is what happens to me a lot. I can do handstand push-ups, but I wobble out like this. So I lose the quantity of the handstand push-ups that I can use, because my quality of my handstand is horrible compared to when it's on the wall. When I do handstand on the wall, I handstand push up, my balance is much better. I can get probably double the reps in. I can get like 12 reps instead of 6. That's because I have better balance. My center of mass is more easily controlled, and that leads to increased strength sense, pushing myself in a unique way. Whenever I'm doing any sort of leg exercises, I do a lot of jumping, and what I do is that I just increase the height that I'm jumping or increase the amount of jumps that I do. That's pretty simple. There's not too much to explain to that one. And with ab work, I do dragonflies. So those are a little bit more complicated version of doing a leg raise. What happens is that I have, let's say, and this works pretty similar to what you'd expect with a regular leg raise. So this is me, my head is this bottom part, and these are my legs. So in a regular leg raise, so actually I'm going to say these are my legs. My legs go up like this, up like this, up like this. So I'm only carrying the weight from my legs and only putting tension on my abs to my legs. But when I do a dragonfly leg raise, I get something like this, some sort of heavy object, put my arms under it, right around where my head is, and I carry my whole body weight. That increases the amount of force that I need to output and makes the leg raise much harder. And that's more or less how it all works. And this might be a difference of video, guys. I just wanted to explain some of the science points behind it so you guys can understand how calisthenics work and how it looks like you're doing superhero things, but really it's all about controlling the point of center of mass or center of gravity to get an optimal outcome and really push your muscles to the most that they can possibly be pushed. So thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye. What's up, guys? So today in this video we're going to be going over the secret to having superhuman strength, quote unquote, with power of leverage, power of angles and different movements that you can do to increase your overall strength. Certain videos is mostly covering calisthenics and the functionality of calisthenics, going over some key components, some of the sciencey things involved in calisthenics. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned and let's get into the video.